It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in today's video, we're going to talk about the strength-based marksman that is Jhu. And Jhu is an interesting hero. He's a red-skinned troll, maybe. I'm not quite sure exactly what he is, but he's very interesting. He's a marksman that's based on strength. One of the few. I think he might be the only marksman based on strength, and because of that, his overall physical attack is going to be lower than other agility marksman heroes. And that's because strength gives less bonus attack than agility does. And we can call back to the stats videos if you want, but he is a middle line hero, but he does fight close to the front. And like I mentioned, his main hero is His main hero stat is strength. Wow, clearly I have not had my coffee today. One of the few heroes in the game that has both critical hit and penetration. Very, very strong hero to build a team around. Very strong. Let's get into it. So, Jhu he's got a couple of really unique skills. And as I work through these, you're going to start to see why it's important that he's a strength-based hero. First of all, his ultimate, "You will not stop me." Jhu becomes enraged for 7 seconds, significantly increasing his attack speed. While enraged, Jhu cannot die. So, why is this important? This is important because it allows you to use basically any tank in front of Jhu. You could use a tank that is a normal tank, like Astaroth. You can use a fast attacking yet weak tank, like Galahad. You could use a tank that disappears, like Ziri or Luther. You could even use a tank that maybe is more utility, like Rufus. And if that tank disappears or falls down or gets pushed back, Jhu is tanky. He can take a few hits. He's got high health. Very, very strong ability whenever you need it, just to stay alive that little bit longer for your tank to get right back into place, or if your tank falls down, or for whatever reason, Jhu is exposed. Next is green ability, "I will take your life." Very dark abilities. Each of Jhu's attacks deal pure damage to the target while sacrificing 2% of their own health. And you can see here that the extra damage is 4.6 of enemies' health. This is counted as pure damage, so it can't be negated. But this is what I was talking about, why having this high health is important. Jhu is sacrificing his own health in order to deal additional damage on top of his basic attacks and other attacks. So every time he attacks, and this is every time, this isn't activated, this is every time, Jhu does pure damage. Not a bad little ability. Not a bad little ability. Definitely want a high health for that. I see you as blue ability. For a period of time, Jhu increases his attack power and focuses attacks on a ranged enemy. So for almost 10 seconds, looks like a little over 9 seconds, he does extra damage to the rearmost enemy. Jhu was incredibly strong. He was incredibly He was incredibly often used before Martha came around. And now that we have Martha, Martha's extremely tanky. Martha can handle Jhu just fine. Martha can handle Jhu's blue ability just fine. So that's kind of why we've sort of seen less Jhu overall, because 25% of his abilities are completely negated by one of the most popular heroes in the game. So I see you, unfortunately, attacking a high health, high armor, rearmost enemy is going to do less for you and your team than if you're going up against maybe a Twins team with Lars in the back, maybe a Kark team with Faceless in the back. Maybe you're a I don't know. It's hard to say. Jhu's going to excel against teams that have weak rearmost heroes, or you pair him with Cleaver to expose the next weak hero in line. And then finally, the violet ability, the Spirits Wilhelmi. If Jhu is not under control effects after the first skill is used, he regenerates some health. So if he fires off "You will not stop me," and he's not under any stun or blind or any of that, then he gains health. Pretty straightforward self-heal. Most of the good damage dealers in this game, most of the better, I should say. There are still some that are really good, like Kira, but a lot of the good damage dealers in this game have some way to heal themselves a little bit to take some of the pressure off of your healer, and that just makes for a good all-around hero. And in this case, it's no different. Jhu does provide a little bit of self-heal on top of having his invulnerability period. But not only that, I mean, he damages himself, so it's only fair. it's only fair to your healers since he does damage to himself. So Jhu has 4 skins. He's a strength-based hero, so he has his strength skin here. Very cool looking tribal skin. I'm a fan of it. I like his tri-stars. I'm not even sure what to call him. The winter skin, if you have access to the winter skin, it's hilarious. He dresses up like a little elf. Candy cane hatchets. This is available everywhere on mobile. On Facebook, you can only get it during the Winterfest event. And then you have the champion skin. This is magic defense. And this is what's purchased with golden Guild War trophies. It might be silver trophies. I can't recall. But you have to buy this with Guild War trophies. All right. Probably the least important skin. I'll touch on that in a second. And then the solar skin is newest skin. This is a crit hit chance. Not a bad looking skin. I think I like the original skin the best. But as far as skin order, we're going to look at armor penetration and then critical hit, strength, and then magic defense. His magic defense is important, but like with all damage dealing heroes, you want to focus on their mitigation and their health stats last. Doing armor penetration to increase his overall damage and critical hit to increase that damage is ideal, is definitely ideal. All right. Very cool. So glyphs. 5 glyphs, just like everybody else. Similar to his skins, I like to level up Jhu's armor penetration, critical hit, physical attack, strength, and then health. Having health might be more beneficial in the very, very early game if you already have his green ability unlocked, the one that does self-damage. So if you find yourself dying a bunch because your tank, maybe you're using a Galahad as your tank, which provides no protection for your team, then you might want to put a little bit into your strength and health. But if you are using any tank at all that does anything good, like Astaroth or maybe even Aurora, then you can definitely worry about health later on. But armor penetration, critical hit, physical attack, strength, and then health. So artifacts, we have Zarakar Bones. It's a little throwing star thing. This provides critical hit chance for your entire team. Not a bad artifact if you were running a critical hit team. And we'll talk about teams later on. And then we have Warrior's Code as book, critical hit chance and physical attack, and then Ring of Strength. Usually is the case with damage dealers. You want to focus on the book first. You always want to get Zarakar Bones, the artifact weapon. You always want to get the artifact weapon to 3 stars to make sure it's a 100% chance. But I like working on the book and the ring first for Jhu. I like critical hits, but I'm just not a biggest fan of critical hits on Jhu because his attack power just isn't as high as like a Daredevil or a Yasmin for those Facebook players. So I like getting his physical attack up as quickly as possible. I know that's kind of counter to what I said with glyphs and skins, but that's just it's just how much you can get out of it. So when it comes to my tier list, and we'll talk about my tier list here for a couple of minutes. There are 5 tiers. We have funny tier names based on jokes for my live stream. There will be official names to these tiers whenever I do an official Hero Wars Central tier list video. And I'm curious, guys, do you think I should make a tier list? Do you think I should make a video talking about why I don't like regular tier lists? I've talked about it a couple of times, but let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to talk about why regular tier list videos are bad. So we have 5 tiers here. There's actually a secret hidden tier called the new puppy tier, and it's a favorite hero tier. So if Jhu is your favorite hero, then build a team around him. But you see, my tier list is based on utility. I want somebody to show a new player this video that asks about Jhu and say, hey, where should you put Jhu? Should I, do I need to level up Jhu for this team? Do I need to level up Jhu for that team? And these videos ideally help people figure that out. So what do I mean by that? Jhu is quite clearly a stop sign tier hero. That means that you would build a team around Jhu. You could use Jhu as your main hero and build a team around him. You could put, you can make a tank choice based on Jhu. You can make a healer choice based on Jhu. You can throw heroes around Jhu and be happy with it. But he's not a milk crate tier. Milk crate tier states that Jhu would bring utility to every team against certain teams. Well, bring utility to some teams against certain teams. Jhu has no skills that provides utility. Aside from damage, which is not really utility, he provides no utility. He's a thick body up front. That's really it. So just by looking at that, you can say, okay, so I can't, if I already have a solid damage dealer in my team, and do I, should I level up Jhu? I just got Jhu's soul stones. I can summon him. Should I level him up? If you already have a solid damage dealer in your team that you like, then the answer is no. The answer is no. Then you ask yourself, do I need to ever level up Jhu as a utility hero? Somebody that I might need in the future? The answer is no. The answer is no. So unless you want to build a team around Jhu, don't level Jhu up. It's that simple. Dead battery tier are those heroes that are just too weak to consider to new players. PvE heroes are those heroes that are only good in campaign, tower, or outland, and Jhu is really, really, really good in campaign, tower, and outland. He is really good in campaign, tower, and outland. So if you're not building a team around him and you have room for another team to start a second team, he might be worth considering just because of how good he is in the campaign, in the tower, and in outland. He's fantastic in outland, just fantastic. So water bottle tier is not necessarily my S tier or my top tier. Water bottle tier is those heroes that provide the most utility overall. Not only can you build a team around that hero, not only are they strong enough to build a team around, and Jhu's absolutely strong enough, but they also bring utility to every single team. So the thing you got to ask yourself whenever you're talking about utility of a hero, would I sub Jhu in on a mage team? Would I sub Jhu in on a defensive team? Would I sub Jhu in on any team other than a critical hit team? And that's really how I make my determinations for this tier list. So let me know in the comment section down below if you agree or disagree with my judgment of Jhu. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. Just a quick reminder that I do live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday right here on YouTube and on Facebook. Of course, I stream on the Central Time Zone. Join us. We talk about Hero Wars. We talk about life. We have a great time. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.